Vivian Timothy. I'm from Nigeria. I'm a visual artist, contemporary visual artist, and I'm from Germany. As an artist, what I'm trying to do today is to open the window a little bit, because we are pursuing civilization. Everybody's like chasing civilization. And I want to try to open a small window to our culture, to our tradition. And so, I'll get back to myself, who Vivian literal. When I was a child, I had a wonderful childhood in the village. When I was in the primary school, I couldn't wait for the school to be over to go visit my grandmother. And behind her kitchen, she has this beautiful tree, oil palm tree. And I realized that at home, this tree is always carrying fruits, always. And usually my grandmother will ask one of the boys to come and cut the palm fruit down. And when that is done, I will help her pick the fruits. I love doing that. The bunch of the fruit is very thorny, and so after picking it up, my grandmother will boil this fruit, palm fruit. After boiling it, she will pour it as hot as it is in a big mortar. And I will help her. We'll do it together. We'll pound this palm fruit. After pounding it, forming a mass, we'll separate the nuts from this mass. And then later, we squeeze the oil out of the mass. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm sure some of you know what I'm talking about here. So, I'm coming somewhere. I'll get there. You guys will understand. So, and with this nut, and then we'll separate the nut, and then the chaff, she will dry it and keep it somewhere. And then the nuts, she will also dry. And then, but the chaff, she uses as fuel to make fire. But the nuts, I'll help her crack it. Of course, so many of them land in my stomach anyway. So the rest of the nuts, she fries it. She fries it to extract the oil from the nut. The palm oil we use to cook, the kernel oil we use to cream our body, and then it's very medicinal. Sometimes when I'm having stomachache, she'll put it in a small spoon with a little salt in it, and I drink it. And when I drink it, I feel better. Cool. And then she will use the stalk of the palm fruit. She will let it rotten. Sorry, she will let it rotten, and then she will burn it. Then from the ash, she makes soap, and we call it shinkela. For the people that understand Sibo, they know what I'm talking about. And shinkela, I don't want to go back. I don't want to go to explain the name. You know, shinkela. Good. So this soap we used to wash our body, all from one plant. So, and then the oil, the palm oil leaf, I will help her scrape the leaf from the rim. What's it called? From the rim of the what do you call it again?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, the middle of the leaf, right? Mm-hmm. So I'll help her. We use knife and scrape it. After scraping it, we'll now tie it together, and it forms a broom. And with this broom, we used to sweep the compound, the house, to keep the compound clean. And then we go to the palm fronds now, the whole leaf. We knit it into beautiful patterns. And with these beautiful patterns, she uses it to roof her house and to fence her house, all from this tree. So when Joy told me that I should give a speech on the strength and the beauty of a woman, I couldn't imagine anything more appropriate than to use this oil palm tree, because then with the eyes of a child, I see this palm tree because it's so beautiful and so resourceful. I used to call it the queen of all trees. So, and I'm going to read some of them. You know, I don't know why people always want me to talk. I'm an artist. I would have preferred Joy to tell me, Vivian, can you paint this page on the wall? I would have loved that. But I'm here, I have to talk. So there are some points I want to make, and I want everybody to understand where I'm coming from and where I'm going to. So I'm going to read part of it. Like you guys know, I'm an artist. I draw. I don't talk, but I have to. So it goes like this, and I hope it makes sense. The oil palm tree, the queen of all trees. In African anthropology, the palm oil tree is regarded as the most useful tree. It can be likened to the African woman who, like the earth or land, gives birth, provides, supports, and sustains all living things in the planet Earth. The oil tree epitomizes the beauty, the strength, and the resourcefulness of the African woman, with her many diverse economic and social importance. The thick black lush of hair strands on the head of an African woman can be likened to the thick cluster of yellow fronds bound together in family love. The greenish front can be seen as the outspread finger that labors to bring in food, nutrients, sunshine for the growth of the entire family. For she never relents in the struggle to feed and cater for her family and her descendants. The stalk of the palm oil fronds are strong hands that reach out in all directions to shade and protect her many seedlings, that is, her children. Each trunk can be likened to the sturdy front foundation provided in a silent rope laid by the woman in family welfare and nation building at large. The rural African woman fetches water, gathers firewood, cooks family meals, cleans their home, tends to all the domestic needs, tills and farms the land, rears the children. She is still their first teacher and moral mentor. Very, very multitasking. She's jack of all trades and she's master of all.
Yes.
So, like the trunk, she stands solidly, firm at the home front. Its fruits and seedlings can be likened to her sons and daughters, men and women, who drive the wheel of progress in nation building. Its oil can be seen as the milk of human kindness or the oil of gladness that flows freely for the substance of mankind. The overflowing love of the African woman cannot be limited as she cares tenderly from cradle to grave. Her role can never be overemphasized. So I want to share it with you guys. It says, "Who am I? I am an African woman. What makes me strong? My heritage. What makes me weak? My fears. What makes me compassionate? My selflessness. What makes me honest? My integrity. What sustains my mind? My quest for knowledge. What teaches me all lessons? My mistakes. What lifts my head high? Of course, my pride. What if I can't go on? Not an option. What makes me victorious? My courage to climb back. What makes me competent? My confidence. What makes me sensual? My essence. What makes me beautiful? My everything. What makes me a woman? My heart. And who says I need love? I do. And what empowers me? Me. And who am I? I am an African woman."